Hi everyone, it's Lucy and I want to show you how to make some fantastic backgrounds with a Gelli Press gel printing plate. So this is lots of fun and you can use anything around the house, so it's really great. I'm going to be just using acrylic paints that I have leftovers. Great way to use leftover paint, but you don't need to use expensive paint. And it makes beautiful backgrounds like I have done here. So these backgrounds can now be used in card making, art journaling. They can be torn up. It's pretty much endless what you can do with them. So these have all been done on the Gelli Plate. So what you actually need to have is a Gelli Plate and a brayer roller. So this is a brayer roller and that's for putting the paint down. So I'm just going to quickly show you some really easy things you can do. So having some products, I'm just going to, on this one here, I'm going to use two colours. So I've used a metallic pink and a metallic purple, and I've just rolled it. I'm not trying to get it too even, I want it to be kind of textured. And I've got a doily and I'm going to lay this on here and I'm going to press it down. Now obviously you can from cheap shops you can buy second-hand ones and that will leave a beautiful imprint. So now I get my paper, I lay it on the plate and I smooth with my hands. And you can see I've got beautiful doily print, which is just going to look beautiful in a journal. So now I've got some of that still left there. You can do a trial one. So don't be afraid to use the back and front of the paper and trial some things. So there's a bit left there. I'm just going to see whether I like it. Otherwise I'll use the other side of the paper. And actually I love it. So you can see I've got a second print on that and I don't need to worry about washing off this plate. So you can see it's quite pretty. I like that. That's very subtle. So I'm going to do one more because I've still got enough paint on my brayer. So you probably actually had a bit of a fit when I started and thought, oh my God, how much paint is she putting down? And you'll see that I didn't really put too much. So this time I'm going to put a few little bits of blue through it. And I'm going to use this again. Press it down. You need to press straight down because if you shake it, you'll end up with a bad image. And again, this should be quite stunning. So have lots of paper cut out. You can just use normal print paper, or I use a thin watercolour paper. But the paper doesn't really matter too much. You can use music sheets or anything like that to put on it as well. So, oh, this one's lovely with the colours through it. And this time there's hardly anything left on the print, but how gorgeous is that? It's really spectacular. So because I really like that, I'm just going to use, you can see there's still more paint left on there. If you think there's not enough paint, add a little bit more. This time I'm going to add the pink. And so this is just a matter of playing. Now because the doily is going to end up with a bit of colour on it as well, each time you do it you're going to get a different effect. But how beautiful is this for a background of a card or an art journal? And if you don't like a piece, turn it over, use the other side. How beautiful is that? Okay, so every time you do it, it's different. Now I've got some leftover paint, and this time I'm going to push some shells into it. Be careful how you pick them up. You don't want to get too much of a blotch. And see what that looks like. So this is a thing that you can truly play with. You don't have to have a plan, and you can pretty much watch endless videos on using a jelly plate. Look at that, the shells on it. So because I think that looks really great, I'm going to take that one a step further. Put some pink again down, and might use this blue. So I'm using some metallic paints mixed with some normal everyday acrylics, and I'm going to get it quite thick this time because I did like that shell look. So I'm going to push my shell in, make sure I pick it up, hang some over the edge, just give it a little shake so it cleans the plate off a bit. Some off the edge. Now you can buy paper or you can make your own, and I think this is just the funnest way to make your own. Again, just rubbing it with your hand over the whole plate. And look at that, we've got shells. So some of the ones there didn't turn out, but that's a perfect place now to actually put a stamped shell. So just play with it. It's a really great thing to do. I'm going to do one here now, and I've got some lavender here, and I'm just going to put some green down, swish it up. Then I'm going to use my lavender to create a print. So it's actually not really looking much like lavender, but it's giving me a pattern. So if I want to get a little stem print, I might do that. Okay, and again, give it a rub. And actually I really love that. So you can see that I've got their metallics and I've got matte colours, and it's just really good. Now I've got paint there that I'm just going to put my plate over the top of. So don't waste anything when you're doing this. You know, you can pretty much do whatever you like. And some extra smushes of another colour. I might this one use a bit of doily on the side. Doily on the corner, this corner, and even some of these smushes. Oh, I didn't put that on very straight. And again, I've got a lovely background. So please play with your jelly plate. Don't look at it and go, oh, I don't know what to do with you. Have a little go. You can even see some of the purple here. It probably doesn't look as good on the video as it does in real life. You can actually see the purple marks of the doily. And I like that background as a subtle background. So I'm just going to put on again. So this paint, so I've done that. To use up my roller, I'm just going to, so you don't waste your paint, just keep using it. Honestly, once you start playing, you'll just love it. Again, I'm going to use up this paint. I'm not going to throw any paint away. And I've got a lovely background. You can spend ages layering that in a journal and it's there ready to stick on. So you can also use your brayer roller to roll some colour onto a doily. So I'm using a silicone mat here, by the way, if you're wondering why I'm working on my surface. So I'm actually going to roll this doily with the purple, and then I'm going to put it down and roll the back of it so I get a nice image. And now I'm going to put that over the top of that. Oh, and I've got the doily print on the green paper. So please have a go. I've got another video that I showed that has dipping flowers into the doilies. You can stamp onto the paper, so you can do things like, if you have a stamp, you can stamp onto the Gelli Plate. Just when you're using acrylic paint with stamps, make sure that you use a toothbrush and make sure you get the paint out of it. So I might look at another one that I've got and go, I'd like some more detail on that. And I've now got another pattern. So this is a fantastic art journaling tool. Thank you very much. I've got some speed video now, some other ones that I've done with bubble wrap and stencils.